Want to create your own designs for your money card holders, but need to see what's possible? Hi, I'm Shanice, an SVG designer that helps crafters just like you who need help with the design process create custom designs for their money card holders by showing them what's possible in Cricut Design Space. By the end of this tutorial, you will go from not knowing what's possible to understanding what kinds of designs you can make for your money card holders in Cricut Design Space. Before we get started, today's featured freebie is the free Thanksgiving Money Card Holder Workshop, which is a collaborative crafting event where you'll discover how to effortlessly put together Thanksgiving money card holders from what you learned to design in this tutorial. That is going down Sunday, September 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in my free Facebook group, Confident Cricut Crafter. And I'll give more details on how you can access that here in a bit. So what we will be doing in that workshop will be assembling our money card holders together. So you'll have help with the construction process. I'll also give you some ways you can add embellishments for a holiday flair. And when you register, you get a free checklist of things that you'll need to complete so you're able to come prepared, ready to work and get down and started with the workshop. So if you're interested in joining us for that this Saturday, please go ahead and click the link in the description to go ahead and register and save your seat now. So if you are new here, comment a hashtag new, or if you're watching here with us live, comment a hashtag live, or if you're watching the replay, comment hashtag replay. And this engagement just helps me to reach more people just like you. So there are 3 big myths that crafters believe about design, especially when it comes to creating their own custom designs. 1, they believe that you need to have fancy and expensive software. 2, they believe you need to be naturally creative. And 3, they believe you need to design completely from scratch every time. So let's go ahead and bust all these myths, and I'll share with you why all of these are false. So first myth, you need fancy and expensive software. So that's false. You don't need expensive tools to create your stunning designs. In reality, many beginners start with basic software, and then if they want to, they gradually upgrade as they grow. So most crafters begin with the tools that are accessible to them, and even today many successful designers use affordable or even free softwares. So that just proves that the software and the tools that you use does not have to be pricey. So what should you do instead? Instead, you want to, let's go back, I'm sorry. Myth number 2. You need to be a natural born creative. So that's false. Creativity is a skill that can be developed, and it's not limited to a select few. Anyone can learn to improve. So just like any skill, creativity can be cultivated through practice and learning and exposure to various forms and practice. And myth number 3, graphic design is about creating 100% original designs every time or completely from scratch every time. False. So repurposing and adapting existing designs is a common practice in graphic design, which saves you time and enhances your creativity. So design is often a collaborative process, which you'll incorporate existing elements, which can spark new and innovative ideas. All right. So what should you do instead? So instead of the fancy software, use what you already have, namely Cricut Design Space. Honestly, this is 100% all you need to be able to create custom designs in Cricut Design Space, and actually have a easy to follow and simple 5-day course that actually shows you how you can create your own custom designs from scratch in Cricut Design Space in just 5 days. And I will leave the link for that below in the description if you want to check that out. So start with what you have as you build your skills. Then if you want to, you can explore advanced tools. But right now at the beginning, you just want to focus on honing your creativity rather than trying to deal with different types of tools. So by doing this, this empowers you to unleash your creativity without limitations and allows you to focus on expressing your ideas rather than the tools at hand. So take this design. This money card holder design was made from or by one of your fellow crafters from scratch in Cricut Design Space. So this just further goes to show you what's possible to create in Cricut Design Space. And this was from one of our workshops earlier this year. So the second myth, you need to be a natural born creative. So what you want to do instead is embrace a growth mindset. So start small, experiment with different techniques, and seek inspiration from various sources. So in doing this, this liberates you from self-doubt and it allows you to explore your creative potential and experience the joy of artistic expression. And meet June. June was a little apprehensive before going through one of our custom design workshops, but she realized that she found the instructions very clear and easy to understand. So that again is from our 5-day workshop that we held earlier this year. Create your own custom designs in 5 days. So June embraced the growth mindset, and she found the instructions easy to follow, and she was able to keep up and follow along and make her own custom designs. Myth number 3, graphic design is about creating original elements every time or original designs every time. So that's false, because embracing the concept of remixing and repurposing is where you want to go. That's what you want to do instead. So by combining different elements, you can actually create designs that are unique. And by doing this instead, by repurposing your ideas, this alleviates the pressure of creating everything from scratch and allows you to focus on creating meaningful and impactful designs that resonate with your recipient. So here's an example. So from just 3 simple elements, you can create 7 completely different designs. As you see here, we have the turkey, the pumpkin pie, and the pumpkins all by themselves. Those are 3 separate elements. And then you can combine each of the 2 together to make 3 more. And then you can put all 3 together to make a 7 different element. So you can just see here how from very few things you can expand that and make even greater designs. So what are the benefits of creating your own custom designs for your money card holders in Cricut Design Space? Well, you get that instant gratification knowing that your design is ready to cut, meaning that you can quickly move from idea to creation. Since you've created it in Cricut Design Space, there's nothing that you have to download off of the internet, nothing you have to upload into Cricut Design Space. So this gives you a sense of accomplishment, and you can see your design come to life effortlessly. So piggybacking off of the first one, no upload required. So this just gives you ease and convenience. So the absence of uploading eliminates a time-consuming step for you, and it just makes the design process so much smoother and more straightforward. And this offers a sense of ease, and then just reduces any potential frustration that you may have, and allows you to focus solely on your creativity. And the next benefit is it doesn't cost you anything. So that gives you financial freedom. So creating designs without incurring additional costs gives you a sense of that financial freedom. You can explore your creativity without worrying about expenses, allowing you to fully immerse yourself in the design process and experiment. And you'll see here in the tutorial how, aside from the fonts that we're going to be using, which you can actually get for free, and I'll share with you how you can do that, you can create your own custom money card designs using free elements, so you don't have to spend a penny. All right, so let's go through the blueprint for today's design. So this is from my design framework, which I go through in actually my free training, where I show you how you can quickly and easily come up with design ideas. I will link that in the description below if you want to check that out. So our theme for today's design is Thanksgiving. The graphics we're going to be using are flowers. The font we're going to be using is called Thanks November. And the colors that we're going to be using are orange, red, yellow, and green, which is an analogous color scheme. And I go into color schemes more in depth in my color theory guide, which is actually only available in the Create Your Own Designs in 5 Days course that I mentioned earlier in this video. Okay, so let's make a Thanksgiving money card holder design. I'm going to switch into Cricut Design Space and we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so now we have Cricut Design Space up. Let's go ahead and get started. And I am using my money card holder template, which if you want a faster and easier shortcut to create your own money card holders, you can check that out in the description below. I will link to that so you can get yours. And that's just going to make the process so much faster so that we can actually focus on the design. All right, so let's get started with this one. So I'm also going to share with you 3 different ways that you can make your fonts fancy to enhance your fonts. It just makes them stand out and it just makes them more unique as well. So let's select the text tool. Okay, this is giving me trouble. There we go. Okay, so one of the ways that you can make your font fancy or stand out is to use swatches or glyphs. And this particular font actually does not have any, so we are going to be making our own or adding our own with the use of this key right here. And I actually don't know what that's called, so, but it's the key right next to the number 1 on your keyboard. If you hit shift and then hit that key, you'll get that character. So first let's type our text out the way we want it. So we got our thank, and let's make this one bigger. That little swash we created. And just put it right there like that. Let's make another duplicate and put the other one. Let's make that a little smaller. Like that, okay. We'll weld that together. Write the word you and do the same thing. Oh. E. Size that up. Looks good. Let's make a duplicate. Put that on the other end. Okay, that looks fine. And now we've got our swatches or our glyphs on that font. Okay, now let's, I don't know why this keeps moving. Now let's add our little brush splotch for the background, which is just something I actually uploaded. I downloaded this from Creative Fabrica, so I'll leave a link to that below. If you're also interested in using this same splotch to load up. Okay, let's shrink that down so it's a more manageable size and one that's more accurate to fit on our money card holder. A bit of a lag here. Okay. That, let's unlock the proportion so then we can stretch it. Okay, that looks fine. Let's change it to white. There we go. Let's position our thank you. Change our colors. Okay. Now let's add in our flowers. And I've got some here. And then we will just reposition and recolor these as we see fit. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now we've got our flowers. Let's go ahead and add our message in the message window up here. And then add our dollar amount. All right. All right, so that one is done. Now I'm going to show you a couple more ways you can enhance your font and make it fancy for your money card holder designs. Let's go ahead and pull up another one. Get some of these other elements out of the way. So I can pull up our examples. Okay. Okay. So another way that you can make your font stand out is just to add and offset. So just like I did here with the word grateful, let's go ahead and do that. And it's just a really easy and simple way to make your font stand out. And of course, you can just slide that to adjust it to the amount of offset that you want. So there's that. There's one way or second way. Now the third way is to use the curve feature. Let me just show you that one like I have here. So this one, I actually, these are two separate words that I combined to make one side of the infinity symbol, and then again for the other side of the infinity symbol. We can just add our amount of curve and then adjust the letter spacing as necessary. If you find that it's too spaced, you can bring that spacing in. And then we can just do it again, the other direction. Again, bring in that letter spacing if you find it's just too spaced out. And there, now we have a nice little wave with two separate words, and we didn't even have to pay for the wave function. So that there's another little hack there for you. And then let's do it again. Bring that letter spacing in. Turn this if we want. And of course, you could just leave the single wave, but I just put the infinity wave just because, you know, we're using the word infinite here. So that's just another little added touch. Well, those together. And you can even turn it like that if you want. And there, now we have another added feature that we made our font fancy. So those are three simple ways you can make your font fancy. And then also you've got some ideas that I showed you here of different money card holder designs that you can make. And when I say Thanksgiving, it's not even necessarily for the holiday. Just any time that you want to just show your gratitude and say thank you to someone, you can make them a thank you money card. It's the same thing. Okay, if you are ready for the next step in the process, you want to go ahead and register for that free money card holder workshop. Remember, we're going to be putting our money card holders together live, so you will be able to get the hands-on help and support that you need, get your questions answered, anything you want to know about assembling or putting together your money card holders, this is your opportunity. So that is going down September 20th. Oh, make sure we didn't lose the live. Okay. So I'm going to leave the link for that below if you want to. Once you register, though, you also will get the link to join the group if you are not a member already. So you get the collaboration and support. You'll get to join our community as we work at our Thanksgiving money card holders together. You'll just have that help and encouragement you need to make the construction process smoother and more enjoyable. We're going to be showing ways you can add embellishments for flair, and just how you can personalize your money card holders and just make them unique and special to the recipient. You'll also get that free checklist of things that you'll need to have prepared so you can come prepared to work, like actually work on the physical card during the workshop. And you'll get the confidence, you get preparation and confidence. So when you register, you get that checklist, you'll be fully prepared to dive in, and that just ensures that you're confident, you know where you need to start, and it just makes sure that you have a productive crafting experience. So depending on where you're watching, click the button, either the pink button below this video, or check the description and click the link in the description so you can sign up and register for the free money card holder workshop. So if you want more help with your money card holders, go ahead and watch the playlists on your screen now to get more tips on how to create money card holders easily.